Welcome to Detroit. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass. You can drown them. And that's what we gotta be. That's who we have to be. Because that's our domain. That is our domain. Because we'll tread water as long as it takes to fucking bury you.
Takes the snap, turns, gives to Montgomery, right side, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions! Yes.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, Detroit Lions friends, fans, and family members. Welcome on back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike. And as always, we're diving on in. Boy, I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna stand by what I put as my thumbnail image all the damn way because it is exactly, I think, how a lot of Lions fans feel right now. Relieved, first and foremost. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't think there is a single Lions fan right now that is at all happy with how that game went. Yes, you're happy that you won. You're happy that we got the W. That's always first and foremost what you're going to be happy about. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Watching that game, I was like, dude, this is embarrassing. We should not be in a neck-to-neck, deathlock with the Giants. I get it. This is a team that over the last couple of weeks, their games come down to the wire and they fight really good and they fight till the end. But it's like, dude, this is kind of what we've been able to move past in the past. This is what we've been able to not have to deal with anymore. Not having to fight these all-out, just drag-out kind of fights against teams that we should absolutely just whoop on. And I'm just going to say this right now. Thank God. God bless you, Jahmyr Gibbs. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Literally, when it came to our offense, the offense was literally 3 players. Gibbs, Goff, and St. Brown. That was it. The rest of the offense was not even there, really. The rest of the offense did not exist. If not for Gibbs, Goff, and St. Brown, we would not have had a prayer. Because J-Mo didn't do anything. A couple other players really didn't do much. Brock Wright had a couple of catches. Khalif Raymond had one really nice catch. And other than that, it was kind of like, again, the offense was limited to a 3-man offensive show. And it's just like, dude, we can't keep winning games this way. Again, glad we won the game. But, dude, it's like, I don't understand how in the hell we have not figured this out yet. It's like, I just don't understand how we can't seem to figure out this offense. I don't seem to understand why this offense cannot seem to get its rhythm going. It's like this offense is literally just up and down all the damn time. It's like, we'll have drives where it looks really, really good, and then there's other drives where it's like, dude, I don't know what the hell we're doing. And I'm going to tell you this right now. That game, for lack of a better word, was so indicative of the Lions' entire season thus far. Because you have to realistically think about it. That game, both offense and defense, it was like moments of greatness and then moments of just like, what the hell is going on here? And I gotta tell you something, I don't understand how in the hell the defense literally made Jameis Winston look like a freaking superstar quarterback. It's like, dude, we literally just held the Philadelphia Eagles offense in check to 16 points, and then here comes famous Jameis, and the next thing we know is that this is a team that is literally, just throwing down these bombs on us all damn day long. You go back to the broadcast, the broadcaster said that the Giants had literally 10 pass plays of 20 yards or more. That was the most they've had since 1991. And it's like, listen, Jameis Winston's not that good of a quarterback. He is a very good backup quarterback, but he's not starting level material any longer. He's not a guy that you can make your franchise quarterback anymore. And it's like, today is like, it didn't matter. And it's like, dude, some of the plays that they were getting away with, it's like, how in the hell are they doing this? Like, dude, there were sometimes it was just like they were throwing the ball up and it was like it was just hanging there in the air for like literally a couple of seconds. And it's like, oh, this should be an easy interception. But then you remember Kirby Joseph's not out there, and then you freaking find out that these defenders are just looking around for the ball, and somebody gets underneath it, including Jameis Winston himself. And I'm just like, dude, this is ridiculous here. It's just like, I don't understand how this team can literally have such an enigma about it from going one week to the next on both sides of the ball, acting ridiculously, bipolar to what it was the previous week. Because think about it, the previous week, the Lions' defense was absolutely stellar. It was beautiful. It was a masterful piece of beauty to watch. And then this game, it's just like, dude, what the hell happened? The only thing that remained consistent is that the offense is, again, still not figuring itself out. Again, couple drives here, couple drives there. It looks okay. It looks like it's the way it should be. And then there's a lot of stuff in the middle where it just looks like absolute trash. I mean, I'm telling you, I literally looked at the game and I'm like, dude, we are going to have a hard time winning this game. I almost got to a point where I was about to turn the game off because I was like, man, I don't see how we're going to win this. And I mean, you really got to think only a couple of people here for how well they played and, being able to do what they did. I thought, Jahmyr Gibbs absolutely gets the masterful game ball. I mean, without him, we ain't got nothing. I mean, when a guy runs the ball for over 200 yards in a game, you might as well just say, here, it's all you, buddy. It's all you. Because that is exactly what it was. That guy literally kept breaking off runs of 30, 40, 50 yards or more. And it's like, I've heard people all the time say, well, why don't we give David Montgomery more carries? Why don't we let him get more touches? That right there is the reason. Because it's like, listen, as much as I love David Montgomery, he can't do what Sonic can do. He just can't do it. So it's like, Jahmyr Gibbs played an absolutely just, beautiful game. Played his ass off. Because not only was he running the ball, he was catching the ball. Other players, it's like, dude, you gotta give your hat off to Jared Goff because it's like, listen, I don't know what the hell's going on with this offense, but one of the things other than the offensive line not playing well, the drop-itis is becoming a very, very big issue. I must have counted at least 5 or 6 drops today, and at least 3 of them from freaking Amon-Ra St. Brown, including one that went for the only interception that the Lions had for the day. Literally hit him right smack dab in the hands and went for the interception. And it's like, listen, everyone can say, oh, well, he's dealing with that hand. It's like, no, dude. It's like, I don't want to hear that bull crap. I go back to what it was taught back in the old days. If it hits your hands, you catch it. If you cannot play, then you don't suit up. It's that simple. If you're going to be out there, you need to make those catches. And you sure as hell should not be having them being dropped for turnovers on downs or for turnovers themselves. Because let's call for what it is. That turnover could have made or break the game. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong here, but it's like, listen, that's what that kind of a game was. It's like you have one mistake one way or the other, go the opposite way, and you don't get something to kind of counterbalance it. It could have wound up screwing us over. But, I mean, that's just kind of what's going on right now. It's like, I don't understand what's going on with these receivers, but if it's not Amon-Ra St. Brown that's dropping them, it's also J-Mo. And it's like, dude, it's like the drops this year are just absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I've seen this many drops since the 2021-2022 seasons. It's just like, dude, this is not something that we are used to seeing. It's not indicative of a Detroit Lions offense, along with all the other things that we're seeing that's not indicative. Then, I mean, the other thing I want to talk about is also the fact that, a couple of defensive players really stood out to me. Roy Lopez, I thought he did a great job, hanging in the middle there and doing a really good job getting a couple of nice, good stuffs in the middle. I thought he had an excellent game. I also thought that, Amik Robertson, standard as ever. I mean, he made some really great plays. I was glad to see that he got some pass breakups, also popped out a ball for a fumble. Too bad it wasn't recovered. It went out of bounds, but still, that was good to see that. And, I mean, I just love the fact that, whole damn game, the freaking Giants kept holding the ever-living hell out of Aiden Hutchinson. All damn game. And I think, the Giants had one holding call against them, and it wasn't even on Hutchinson that they called the call on. But all damn day, he gets held, and the last play of the game, the game that puts sudden death overtime, stamp, win, we're going to get it, was Aiden Hutchinson sacking Winston. I was just like, that's a cherry on top right there. The guy's been getting held all day, hasn't been able to do much of anything, and he gets the last play to sack Winston and end the game. I'm like, that's just perfect. Perfect way to win that one. And then, obviously, I got to give a shout out to Jake Bates, because it's like, listen, if Jake Bates doesn't hit that 59-yard field goal, we don't go to overtime, we don't have a chance to win. So, Jake Bates, I know you've had a couple of misses this year, but I'm sure as hell glad you came up clutch on that 59-yard field goal, because, buddy, without that, we ain't got a prayer. The game would have been done just before overtime. We'd have lost 27-24. And then this whole conversation would have been a completely different kettle of fish. But literally, that's what it is that you have a couple of people that really are stepping up and are really making plays when the rest of the team is not. Goff, Gibbs, Hutch, and a couple of others. And it's just like, listen, it's like, we need everybody to start doing that. We need everybody to start making plays every single time and not having plays that really screw us over or having plays that really hurt us. Because I'm going to let you know, Amon-Ra St. Brown played a really good game, but that turnover, that was not just the only thing that bugged me about his performance. It's the drops. And again, it's like, I understand, he's got that problem with his left hand where, it's got the freaking bruising and everyone thinks there's a problem with it. And it's like, listen, if there is, I want to know why he hasn't been put on the injury report. I want to know why it hasn't been documented. I want to know what the Lions are doing to try and heal the damn thing. And then furthermore, I want to know why, if he's not able to catch the passes the way he's normally able to, why is he playing and he's not getting himself actually healed? Because it's like, listen, we're still gunning for a playoff spot. And it's like, listen, we're going to need him later in the year when, that's right, the weather's not going to be the greatest. It's going to be cold. We're going to need those hands to be as close to 100% as possible. So those are questions that are kind of going on in the back of my head. Because it's like, listen, we've already lost Sam Laporta for pretty much the entire rest of the year because Campbell's already stated there's very little chance he's going to be able to come back. So it's like, I really don't want to risk losing Amon-Ra St. Brown too, because at that point then, we're literally a two-man show. And that's Goff and Gibbs. And Goff, while he might be great, it's like, listen, it ain't going to work very well. Just going to call it like it is. So it's one of those things where it's like, I look at the situation and it's like, I'm grateful beyond all hell that we won. But again, that was a game that was way too close for comfort. Like I said in a previous video, we should have easily hung 50 points on the Giants. Easily should have hung 50 points on them. And the way that defense played today, I'm glad that they had a bend but don't break mindset, but it's like, listen, we should have absolutely swarmed the Giants. And yet we made Jameis Winston look like he was a damn superstar. And it's like, dude, it's like, this is what can't happen. This is the kind of stuff that literally can't happen. So yes, glad for the win. Absolutely ecstatic that we won. But I'm pissed because it's like, listen, we are continuing to do the same things over and over again, and we're getting lucky in some cases that we're winning. Because it's like, listen, you try to do that against any other team in the NFL that's a decent team, chances are we ain't winning. It's like, listen, Giants have been a team that's, like I said, they've gone all the way into the fourth quarter and they've held some victories on, they've held some, leads on teams and then they let them slip away just like they did this one. But it's like, listen, this is still the Giants. This is not a team that anyone's expecting to go to the playoffs. This is not a team anyone is expecting as a serious threat. And this is a team that literally went toe-to-toe to us all the way down to the wire. And it's like now, we've got less than 4 days to get ready for the Packers. Which, by the way, the Packers already have an advantage on us because the Packers didn't have to go to overtime like we did. So we've got an extra, 7-some minutes of playing time on our freaking team versus the Packers who don't. Because they actually handled their business. Granted, it wasn't that pretty, but they handled their business against the Vikings. So it's like, okay, not exactly a good thing I want to hear, but that's the reality of the situation. And that's why I'm saying, the situation is this. I'm happy we got the win, but I'm not happy about how the win was got. This is not something that you just look at it and say, hey, you know what? We're glad that we got the win, we move on. No. yes, glad you got the win, but you guys are still not anywhere close to where you need to be. You've still got a lot of crap you've got to figure out, because that win, the only way I can describe it is just like my title states, desperate. The Lions literally were using everything they had to beat the Giants. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The only reason that I think we won that game was because the Giants made the bad decision to pull Dexter Lawrence out of the middle, which allowed Jahmyr Gibbs to just go all the way to the house on the first offensive play of overtime. That, I think, was probably the biggest indicator as to why we got it, because it's like, okay, you would expect the Giants are going to have their best players out there for the first defensive play in series because they know that they're going to need them out there. And for whatever reason, the Giants decided, nope, we're going to have Dexter Lawrence out. And it's like, and it was like as soon as Jonathan Vilma said it, I was like, oh boy, I already can see this being a big play, because I'm like, they're going to hand it to Gibbs right up the middle, and he's going to pick up at least 20-something yards. And not only did he pick up the 20-something yards, he went all the way down the field for a touchdown. And I was like, okay, now all that needs to happen is the defense just needs to get a stop. They have to just get a stop, because a field goal's not going to cut it. The Giants' offense has to score a touchdown just to keep it going. So it's like, if we can get a stop, we got it. So, like I said, ugly win, desperate fashion of a win. But a win is a win. But I'm not satisfied. I'm not even close to satisfied. Relieved, yes. Satisfied? No. But, anyway, I've said my piece. I'll have more to talk about this in the coming days, but I'm going to end this episode and say thank you all for watching yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, I highly encourage y'all to watch the next episode. Also encourage y'all to do one of these three things: like, comment, and subscribe. If by chance you enjoyed the content and had not yet subscribed, I hope to gain your subscription. Also, if you subscribed in the past and you forgot to do so at the time, or you just subscribed and you not yet had a chance to do so, make sure you hit that bell notification icon so you guys never miss any more content that I push out. Hope y'all are doing well and got something in your life that makes you happy, makes you smile. God bless, my friends. And until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.